to Max Whitney Esquire. He is my attorney, that pro bono attorney. Max Whitney, for allowing me to come into your office with no appointment and never charging me a dime. Greg Esposito, for being the best paralegal around, for seeing me so early when I was the last person you wanted to see. Priscilla Carvella, for being the best secretary. My goal was to finish this book on my 52nd birthday, which was August 19th, 2010. Somehow I got that attorney pro bono because I was so scared. You know, in telemarketing, if you use different words, certain words you can use and can't use, you can be fined and or imprisoned. And when I sent this package to President Obama, I didn't want to go to jail. So this attorney represents me. Anything that goes to the president and anything that goes to publishing, he doesn't charge me a dime. And if you're listening, you guys are fantastic. I thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. There was a time that I called Dr. Cosgrove, which is the Chief Administrator Staff at Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio. I couldn't talk to him, but I talked to his ombudsman. And the lady left a message, so I went to the attorney's office. Once again, I didn't have an appointment. And Greg saw me, and we called her on a conference call so my attorney could be there just in case I'd say something wrong. I was saying that, you know, besides the Social Security and my prescription, I do have to pay for prescriptions. I wrote this book, and I pick garbage up and have garage sales so I can afford the paper and the ink. But I have a neighbor that calls the police every time I have a garage sale, and I got in trouble for that. I one time had to pay $900 for my medication, and I couldn't pay my rent. My mother's my landlord, but she'll throw me out just as fast as anybody else. I went to an organization in Deerfield Beach called Gateway. It's supposedly a federally funded foundation. I went there, and they helped me back in 2006. And I went there, I filled out all their paperwork. I was approved. They called and told me that the check would be in the mail, and I said, well, can we come pick it up? And they said yes. When they handed my mother the check and found out she was my mother, they took it back. Because she's my mother. Well, that was on a Friday that we went to get the check. And they told me, and I called them back and was talking to them. I says, you know, I haven't lied about anything. And they says, well, come in Monday, call us Monday, and the CEO will be there. Well, that was on a Thursday. Friday, I went to the First Baptist Church in Deerfield, which helps people that don't have food and can't afford food. And I had been going there periodically in the past. When I went up to the church that Friday morning, I didn't even step foot into the church. And the youth minister said, Alicia, I says, yeah. He says, I was instructed not to serve you, and if you have a problem, go to the office. This federally funded organization not only tried to take the roof from over my head, taking the food out of my mouth. I went to the city manager and I was crying. And I brought my literature. I said, if you can tell me when to have a garage sale, you should be able to tell them when they can feed me. I have contacted Bill and Melinda Gates because, you know, they're giving